Today on Suncoast Views, Suncoast foster families are needed because kids have to be taken out of homes due to our opioid crisis. We'll discuss.
There's more than just cats and dogs waiting for good homes at animal shelters. Today we'll meet some very unique rescue animals from the Bishop Animal Shelter.
And tens of thousands are headed to the Suncoast on two wheels with big engines. We'll have a preview of Thunder by the Bay. Sure looks like Linda loved it. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show, and welcome back to Animal Outtakes host Marsha Panucci. Great to have you with us.
Yeah, great to be here.
And there are only three once again today because Joey Panic is still ill, and we once again requested that he stay home so that the rest of us can stay healthy.
And we want him to get well and get back with us.
We do, so hopefully he'll be feeling better by Monday.
And Marsha brought some interesting friends.
Oh, I did.
That we can sort of think of as a replacement for Joey.
I don't know if Joey's going to think that was a good replacement
watch Joey
or not.
and you'll see what we're replacing you with.
Well, they're warm and fuzzy.
And good for cuddling. So.
Yes.
And Joey's not known for his love of cuddling certain animals, so perhaps he scheduled them and then decided to be sick.
Oh yeah, maybe you could drop by his house and visit him with
I'm on my way.
That's a great idea. All right, well, we do have lots of fun coming up today, and we always have fun in the kitchen. We are happy to have Faz from Blue Mangrove Grill back with us today. What are we making?
Good afternoon, ladies. Today we're going to be making an Augustinian Caesar salad with baby romaine, with grilled blackened chicken, and we're going to make our Caesar dressing ourselves, which is a vinaigrette. So since summer's right around the corner and holidays are behind us, this dressing is going to be very, very light, very low calorie, and I'm going to introduce some of the salads to you guys today.
What a great idea.
Sounds great.
I love Caesar salad, but that big, thick, creamy white dressing, which I also love, is one of the reasons I don't usually order it, because then you feel guilty. So I like that you have a healthy version.
Oh, absolutely. You're really going to enjoy this dressing.
Oh,
Okay,
that looks
good.
good over there.
Yeah, absolutely. And good to have all those different salad options as well. All right, we're looking forward to headed to the kitchen. Happy New Year. Has anyone said that to you today?
New Year?
Yes, it's Chinese New Year.
Oh, the
Chinese New Year's today. Now listen up, this is important. This is the year of the dog. And so obviously I thought of Marsha. The Chinese calendar is based on 12 different signs, not unlike ours, but their zodiac year is done by year rather than the month you are born. So the year of the dog is if you were born in 1946, 58, 70, 82, 94, or for the young ones, 2006. So every 12 years is the year of the dog, and I guess I need to throw 1934 in there as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, you started way before me.
I know, I started a little late.
For me. Yes.
So yes, so 1934 every 12 years through 2006, the year of the dog.
That
so
means
very
that you're
interesting.
friendly and warm and loyal and trusting.
All good things.
And you like treats.
We should all be so lucky.
And when you're happy, you wag your tail.
All right. It is time for our first hot topic, and the Suncoast is topping a list that we really do not want to be part of. Manatee and Sarasota counties are the top counties in the state for the rate at which children are removed from their homes. That is largely due to the rise of the opioid addiction. Well, the Manatee Community Foundation is now leading an effort to recruit 100 new foster families in Manatee County in the next year. So the opioid epidemic has tripled the number of children requiring foster care in Manatee County. Leaders of this $25,000 campaign hope to stem the tide of Manatee foster children who are being sent to neighboring counties. Boy, this really made me feel sad. I mean, the need for foster families is obviously so important, but that if they don't have them in Manatee, the kids have to be sent farther away from their routines, their schools, their friends,
their relatives,
their hopes of normalcy.
This is so sad, and I don't know what the answer is. For one thing, as we find homes for them, we've got to educate people in the schools about the dangers of this. If they can just see those children's faces, maybe it will change their actions in the future.
Yes.
I see a plus side in actually pushing them to another county or to another foster family. They're going to be in a different environment, and they're going to learn how other people live and what are the other ambient environments that are around there. It actually could be a little helpful to them. Get them out of what they know and put them into something they don't know, and perhaps they could thrive.
Right. Well,
but
and I
then
think
they're going back. Then they're going
I was going to say, I think the goal is to get them back.
Yes,
so I think you don't want to pull them too far out.
No, but then when they go back, they're bringing with them all the good things that they learned somewhere else. I see a plus in that. Obviously, it's better to keep them in Manatee County, but if you can't, I don't see so much of a negative.
Well, I think the school is a big thing, too, to keep them in the same class, the same teacher, the same friends, so that at least that part of their life is steady. I would have been terrified as a child to be taken out of my home and put with strangers.
Absolutely.
I can just imagine how frightening this is for a child.
And obviously for that situation to need to be occurring, you know that the things that are happening inside the home have probably already been terrifying.
Yes.
I mean, having a parent dealing with an addiction of that level, you know, already is obviously quite disruptive to the family unit, because nobody wants to take a child away from their family unless it's, you know, obviously necessary.
It's a sad situation all the way
It's
around.
so sad. It makes me
All the
so
way
sad
around.
that Manatee and Sarasota counties are topping the list in the
Yes.
state for this happening. I mean, we report it all the time in terms of the actual drug, that the opioid usage is high in Manatee, in Sarasota. We know that. But now to have it topping the list of kids being pulled from
The
homes,
children
the
that
kids
it's
being
hurting.
affected. Yeah, that's a very sobering statistic. So obviously we need more foster families, but it just kind of re-energizes the need to do something about the crisis to help the adults who are suffering, so that the kids don't have to
Yes,
suffer.
because they love their children, I'm sure, and this is heartbreaking for them, too.
Right, it's addiction. So,
Yes.
well, foster families are needed, so something to keep in mind. I think we're going to hear a lot more about that over
Yeah.
the next year. So there's a new app to help save lives in Sarasota County. This is called the Pulse Point app. It will notify users if someone nearby has gone into cardiac arrest, and then help them find local defibrillators and perform hands-only CPR. Health officials say early bystander CPR can double or triple your chances of survival. It is now performed nearly 50% of the time. I love hearing that. Here's something else interesting. All Sarasota County high school seniors are also being trained in hands-only CPR, and Manatee County already has this Pulse Point app. Interesting concept that if you have this loaded onto your phone, you will be notified if someone in the area has called 911 in a cardiac emergency, because you're closer than someone
very
else can
interesting.
get there.
Well, it's interesting as the person who might be the one they're calling it for, that somebody may help you. A stranger around you may
Right.
come to your aid.
Yeah, I would hope this is something that everybody can jump in and get involved in, because we've learned on the show, hands-only CPR is not difficult, it's not scary, it's nothing that we should hesitate to do for one another.
Yeah, I'm going to take another course in it. Honestly, I
Yeah.
am. Because I would like to know what I'm doing when I get down there.
Right, no, absolutely. But I like the concept of training the high school seniors as well.
Great.
Sarasota County said they're trying to have the mindset be more community-oriented for the teens, and that, you know, they're young, they're capable of jumping in to helping save someone, should the need be.
I think that we also have to think about the liability of that. I don't know if they've addressed that, but there is a huge liability as you go to try to help somebody. We've all been there.
Right.
Our good deeds don't always get rewarded.
I think
we
there's
sometimes get punished for
I
good
think
deeds.
there's a Samaritan law that says that you can't sue somebody that is trying to give you aid. I think there is a special law for that. I could be wrong, though.
Well, I think we should look it up, but I'm all
Yes.
for everybody knowing how to do that, because time is of the essence when something goes
Yes.
wrong.
Absolutely.
And I think that we should know how to do it, but I too would be interested in your Good Samaritan law.
Yes.
I think we should all know that.
And I think it is hard, because Linda's right. There is a hesitation to jump in. Do I really know what I'm doing? You know, we've been educated
Right.
on it, but I've never done it, you know, so I don't know where my comfort factor is. But I do know that watching someone suffer in front of you when you think you could do something is not
and the
okay.
power to save a life. What a gift that would be. So I
Absolutely.
want to get that so I can
Yeah,
help.
it's a great app. All right, so I hesitate to bring this up because we can say that maybe this latest generation seems to do a lot of unintelligent things just for the sake of social media. Well, we just finished hearing about the Tide Challenge,
Okay,
which
that's
was
stupid.
beyond stupid. We couldn't even talk about it. Here's a new one. We're hearing about the IKEA Challenge. So kids are visiting IKEA near closing time. They're building like a fort in one of those big confusing rooms and hiding until the staff leaves. Now, to me, this could happen to anyone in that place because it's such a maze. But after the store leaves, the campers who were hidden, they call themselves campers, now have free run of the store, and then they sneak out in the morning. Of course, you have to post it to social media if you're really going to count it, but it's trespassing, and those quote-unquote campers could be arrested.
And you're ruining your future, because then you have a juvenile record, because you are going to be arrested and you're going to court. This is illegal. And guess what? There are cameras in those stores.
Absolutely.
So, okay, we've all been teenagers. Does it seem like they've either gotten less intelligent The pranks are getting more risky. I mean, we didn't do destructive and or things that could kill us, like swallowing Tide Pod things when I was a teenager. I'm trying to understand why things like this.
It's social media. They want to be a star. They want to go viral. I'll bet every time they're saying,
every time?
let's go viral with this.
Everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame, and you can get that very easily on social media. But when you say you were a teenager, so was I think you were.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
You can
and
smack
I did do a
her.
few stupid things.
Linda and I are
I
just
remember
dear, dear
it
friends.
well.
But I will tell you that some of these ideas are idiotic. I mean,
Absolutely.
why would you do things, number one, to hurt yourself, and number two, to go get arrested?
Right.
Really? Are
So
you
people
kidding
will
me?
look at you.
Yeah, so people will look at me. I think you could better do something for somebody else. Do the Good Samaritan before you do something
As your way to
idiotic.
15 minutes of fame.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, I think you're right. I think social media is driving everything, and that is not leading to good choices per se. So funny girl Amy Schumer, one of our favorites, she pulled a fast one on everyone this week, including her closest friends. She got married on Tuesday with virtually no notice. Schumer reportedly has only been dating Chef Chris Fisher a few months, but the two invited 80 close friends and family to their surprise beach wedding in Malibu. Schumer wore a dress right off the rack from Nordstrom's. It was bought 4 days before the spur of the moment ceremony. They literally just decided to get married at the end of last week and made it happen. Guests at the ceremony included Jennifer Aniston, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, my
Good for
mother
her.
always
Good
said,
for her.
marry in haste, repent at leisure.
Oh, all right.
So
I
let's
don't
check
know.
back 2 years from now, see if they're still married.
Something ironic, just when I was reading the list of celebrities that were there, it also came out, I believe, late yesterday that Jennifer Aniston is now separating from her only 2-year-old marriage.
Oh, say it isn't so.
Now, come
Oh,
on.
I know her fans were just crushed.
I just can't believe all the comings and goings. Sometimes it's fun to keep track of that. But
It is, but I think you really get to know somebody before you marry them. That should be the rule. You
I would
really
think
get
so.
to know this person, and you may totally change your mind before you get to that wedding. I know I've had that happen several times. The first time, I should have changed my mind before I got to that wedding.
I guess maybe on 4 days' notice she didn't have time to worry about that. Probably not. So the Sarasota Film Festival is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. We're very excited for it to come up in April. And the festival just unveiled its commemorative poster created by a new College of Florida graduate. Her name is Kelsey Hunt Dolan. So it features the Ringling Museum's iconic David statue, which overlooks the museum courtyard. Interesting, John Ringling actually carved the statue in order to inspire local artists. And the film festival, of course, has served to inspire local filmmakers for the past 20 years. This year's festival is April 13th through the 22nd. I like that we use the David statue as part of that poster.
It's lovely, and the moon, which would be over the water, that would be lovely. I love the film festival. It is so much fun.
20 years. I mean, to really put Sarasota on the map, thanks, of course, with Ringling as well, you know, as a destination for budding filmmakers, for filmmakers to show their completed works.
And for parties and celebrities.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and for parties and 10 days of a lot of fun. So that is coming up in April. All right, I do not think this is a lot of fun. You know all the buzz there was a couple of years ago about that massive, massive alligator at the Buffalo Creek Golf Course? He's back. The video of the 15-footer went viral the first time. It garnered national attention. Okay, this gator, named Chubbs by people on social media, was spotted walking slowly on the 8th hole on Valentine's Day. Managers say Chubbs has been hanging out at Buffalo Creek for 25 years, but he gets a lot of attention every time he decides to make a public appearance. Last time he came out and the video went viral, Buffalo Creek said they got phone calls from as far away as Australia and Japan. That is a huge alligator. Marcia, I'm going to put you on the spot. What's the lifespan, roughly, of an alligator? Do you
Way
know?
too long.
I mean,
It's over 100 years.
I thought it was a really long time.
They live a long time, but you know, Chubbs, while he's truly entertaining us safely on that golf course, is just one of many that we have here in the area.
That big?
Yes, yes.
Whew.
If you go into the depths of the Mayaca River, into the park, and we've been fortunate to go with the park rangers where other people are not allowed to go.
Right.
He has many relatives.
In that whole area, right?
In that whole area, and you know, you get right up close and you look at those beady eyes, and you know, and you say to yourself, there's got to be a beauty here somewhere.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah, no, I
so-
agree. But a safe way to look at them.
Yeah, my first thought was, let's don't kill Chubbs just because he's walking down the golf
No,
course.
no.
So
Let me tell you something. Chubbs, if he thought he was in danger, look out.
He'd run.
They can get up to about 20 miles an hour.
Even that big.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah. Hey, if somebody's chasing him, he's gonna go.
By the way, unsolicited PSA for the Mayaca River
Yes.
State Park out there. No, I'm going to add to it. You can actually go to the hole, as they call it,
Yes.
to see those alligators only during the winter, and only like 30 people at the very beginning of
you have
every
to make
day.
reservations.
Yes, my boys
But
are dying to go.
It's a 5-mile walk out and a 5-mile
Yes.
walk back.
That would be why we haven't done it. All right, we're going to check out our happy hour forecast. And when we come back, we are going to find out how to age with zest.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your first alert weather update for this happy hour. And most people enjoying the beaches right now are happy with the forecast. As of late, 75 degrees right now. Lots of sunshine out there. The dew point 66. And we have a west wind. A little sea breeze has kicked in, keeping things a bit cooler near the coast with the water temperatures now in the low 70s. But perfect day today, though. Really, high pressure continues to really stay anchored off the east coast of Florida, providing us with the east to southeasterly wind flow. We do get that sea breeze in the afternoon like we've seen now, which does keep things a little bit cooler if you're along the coast. But look at Tallahassee and Orlando, low 80s there. We have low 80s as well in the interior portions of our viewing area. Winds, as I mentioned, out of the west now, up and down the coast, 11 miles an hour out of the west-southwest at Lakewood Ranch. And down south into Venice, pretty much the same story right there. 8 miles an hour Northport, a little heavier, but not much. We are anticipating some sea fog rolling in tonight and tomorrow morning. That'll be the biggest downside. More on that coming up at 5.
They say age is just a number. Well, I know I certainly don't feel 79 years old, even if I might look it. And getting old can really be a laughing matter. Author and healthy aging advocate Kay Francis is here with her tips on getting the most out of the rest of your life. Welcome, you came just in time.
Well, thank you. Well, you certainly, okay, nobody's believing you're 79. Let's just put that out
I know,
there.
somebody
right
said,
there. No,
oh,
nobody's.
you look young for your age. You don't look a day over 65. And I said, what? I was thinking 40.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So what made you want to focus on healthy aging?
Well, when I turned 40 and I realized that the longevity in my family is terrible. It's about like a moth, really. All of my grandparents were gone by the age of 60.
Ooh.
And if it is just genetics, I have about 5 minutes left to live.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'm actually feeling a little faint.
You better
so
hurry.
I hope
Yes.
there's a paramedic here. So it just made me realize that when I looked at it, though, it really wasn't just a genetic thing. It was they like to live really large and check out early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And I looked at a lot of health choices they made and that sort of thing. I just made the decision that I don't know how long I'm going to live, but I want to feel good while I'm here. And I also read some studies on it, and it's only about 25% genetics. And it's about 75% lifestyle choices for longevity and the quality of your health while you're here. They've done studies on identical twins.
Now, you have written a book about handling stress.
I have. It's called The Funny Thing About Stress. Available
There
on
is a funny
Amazon.com.
thing about stress, huh?
Yeah.
So does that age us? Is that one of those things we can control?
Absolutely, and you certainly can control how well you age and how you feel about it. And there's some certain elements to do. They've done studies on people that are over 100 years old, and not only over 100 years old, but active and productive people. And they looked at what their character was. They've done exhaustive studies. Number one was optimism.
So here are the tips. So we
Yes.
can age with zest.
Absolutely.
Optimism.
And
Okay.
optimism, it just feels good anyway. And that's
Oh,
at any
yeah.
age. And when I say aging, I don't mean past 30, 40, 50. I mean when you're 16, you're going to be healthier if you're a more optimistic
And
person.
people will like you more.
You're more fun to be around. I mean, pessimists are no fun, you know? They're the kind of people that, you know, you could win the lottery. You know, guess what? I won the $100 million lottery. And they go, you know, you're going to have to pay taxes on that.
Oh, yes, you're so right.
You'll be lucky if you end up with $50 million. You know, somehow I'll make ends meet.
That's so sad, yes.
It's the truth.
So tip number 2 is keep moving.
Keep moving. Mobility is so important, and it's absolutely vital. And you just have to find something. If you don't love it, it's got to be at least something that you can endure, if that makes sense. But you have to keep moving. Think of a car that just sits for 10 years. It's going to dry rot if you don't change its oil, take care of it. And it's the same with the human body. So we just simply have to keep moving. I'm on a quest to see all the national parks. That's what I want to do. And I mean, I granted some days I want a quest to get up out of the bed. I mean, I know that, but that's what I've put forth. And I don't want to just visit them. I want to experience them. So I'm 62, and I feel like I've got like 14 off the list, and there's 59 of them. So
wow.
You gotta get moving.
That's
Humor
it.
is one of them, so you might have to laugh about some of that 59 you got
Absolutely,
left.
absolutely.
And the Everglades are just down the road, so I think they're on the list.
Been there. I've been
Okay.
there. Yes. So the last thing is, and I know you guys certainly know this, and you're certainly walking this talk, but it's to keep your sense of humor. It is. Humor is vital, and I know it sounds like a really fluffy concept, but it is absolutely vital to keep your sense of humor. All those feel-good emotions really affect the body physically, so you just have to laugh. You know,
And
things are going to go wrong.
enjoy it more.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to laugh at myself all the time. I can't even get up these steps without help, but I have a great time when I get up here.
I have a friend that's 95, and she said, Kay, aging doesn't hurt, it's just inconvenient.
Yes,
Yes,
it
I
is.
thought that
yes, it is.
Well, we will read your books and we will be able to age with zest.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And you can find more information on Kay and her books by checking out her website. Next, the laughs keep coming with this weekend's McCurdy's Comedy Headliner. Yay, get ready to smile.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk. This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
I actually started playing the game at 11 years old, so I started a little bit later than most players. But I was actually raised on Fighting Joe. The value here at Robert Trent Jones is unsurpassable. I mean, I have looked to other places. I've traveled all the way across the country. Everything is perfect as far as everything is the golf course, the rolling of the greens. Everything that I've encountered has just been absolutely incredible. And for the money that you spend, for the value that you actually get, it is unsurpassable. I'd recommend it for anybody.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel.
So I enrolled Missy in swim lessons.
It changed my life.
Missy Franklin.
And now you can do the same for someone that you love.
There's nothing more precious than your child's well-being.
So act now before it's too late.
I'm glad I did.
Thanks, Mom. Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
To be able to just get my son here and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
Our next McCurdy's Comedy Headliner is described as brutally honest and satirical. And that may not be good news for us. So please welcome Orny Adams.
Thank you.
Orny, you're here finally.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. How lucky am I? 3 women.
It's ladies.
And how lucky are we?
Yes.
So have you been to Sarasota before? Tell us about your visits.
Well, this is my first time in Sarasota, and I couldn't feel more young.
This is true.
I've never seen more Band-Aids on top of bald men's heads. This is like the per capita bald head Band-Aid.
Dermatologists here. Dermatologists here are happy.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And you have like billboards for low T. I mean, it's like stuff you don't see anywhere else. It's wonderful. It's a great community.
We think so.
You're right.
Of course, most of the women are my age, so.
Where are you from originally?
I'm originally from Boston, Massachusetts.
Okay.
And my parents now vacation down here. So they're here. We've been hanging out over at Lido Beach or whatever
Beach,
they. Yeah.
yes,
so
of course.
Yeah, we're regulars now. Yeah.
We're very happy to have you here because we need a few laughs sometimes.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Well, good. Tell us about your show. What kind of things are you going to feature?
Well, you know, I sort of just go after what's going on right now, and I will be discussing my parents. This is.
Be nice to your parents.
I'm very nice to my parents.
Okay.
They're wonderful people. We're all going on a vacation in April. I'll be discussing all the planning that's been going on for a year. My parents have been planning this trip, and
where are you going?
We are going to Israel.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago.
Yeah. Did you like it?
I loved every second of it.
And did you plan where you were going to eat 12 months in advance? My dad's sending me links.
I went on a tour, so I didn't have to make any decisions.
Oh, that's the way to do it.
That's how older people are. I had no decisions to make.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So the show will be great for the people that may know me. I have a Showtime special that's airing right now. It's on demand. It's called More Than Loud, and I'm here to present new material and work on it. So, yeah.
Tell us a new joke then. It must have been good, yeah.
No, it's very. I like to go after customer service, technology, and just stuff that really bothers me. Like I just bought a refrigerator. Have you bought a refrigerator?
Not recently.
They
but
now
I
have smart refrigerators.
Yeah.
So there's a screen. There was a screen. I call the sale guy. I go, who's watching TV on the refrigerator? And he said, oh, no. If you tap it twice, it shows you all the contents inside. I go, oh, that's for the people this is too much work. Every day I've got to do this. When are they going to make it easier for me?
That's good for Sarasota
You've had some
people.
Seinfeld connections too, right?
Yeah, we did a documentary together in, it was like 15 years ago called Comedian.
Is it as fun to work with him as it looks like it would be?
Well, we didn't really, we did some shows together and stuff like that, and it was great. You know, he's a tremendous comedian, works really hard at the craft, and I respect that, and so it was a thrill to work with him. I've worked with a lot of guys that I've really respected coming up, Steve Martin and Robin Williams, so it's fun.
All right, well, it's fun to have you here.
We can't wait to hear your show.
Yes, enjoy Sarasota. We'll give you lots of new material.
Thank you so
I
much.
do suspect. Orny Adams is at McCurdy's Comedy Theater through February 18th. For ticket and information, you can get their website, mccurdyscomedy.com. And say hi to Orny's parents if you see them too.
Yes.
Coming up next, Linda's getting us ready for Thunder by the Bay.
It's an investigation that hits so close to home, you'll want to see if your doctor is on the list.
It's legalized dope.
Doctors handing out millions of opioids every year.
If you're prescribing that aggressively, there is no question that you're killing patients.
And leaving some families devastated.
You were robbed of your mother by this doctor.
Yeah.
So we tracked down the highest prescribing doctor.
Cut that off now.
Licensed to pill. An ABC 7 investigation Monday at 6.
I'll be right back.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
The roar of the engines is headed back to Sarasota. This is the 20th anniversary of Thunder by the Bay, and this year's multi-day motorcycle festival has several new features, including a brand new location. Festival Director Lucy Nicandri and Lori Rossiter Sinclair are with us today to tell us all about it. Congratulations on 20 years.
Isn't that awesome?
That is amazing.
Thank you.
So let's look back and tell us how this ever got started.
Well, actually, at the time, I had a friend of mine say, you know, let's do a motorcycle run on New Year's Day. Let's just take a ride out east. So we did it, and at the time, I was working for a charity, and he said, well, we'll have everybody pay $20, and we'll raise money for charity. We raised $100, and I think we had 90 bikes the first year, okay? Fast forward 20 years later, as the years went by, year two, I started thinking, because I would go to different rallies in different cities, and I was talking with Lori, I said, you know, we can expand this. Sarasota can do a bike rally, and everybody that I knew said, oh no, you'll never pull this off. This will never happen in Sarasota. Exactly. The worst thing you can tell me is no, and you can't do it. So we rallied some people around it. Sponsors jumped on board, and we went from 1-day to 2-day event. Then we went from a 2-day to a 3-day event. Now we're a 4-day event, and we're a destination event with a lot of people coming into the area.
How
so
many
we're excited.
do you think get here for these weekends, if you had to estimate?
Well, we did an economic impact study on this. We pay for that every year. They estimate around 60 to 70,000 people throughout the 4 days.
That's crazy.
$8.8 million in economic impact, 8,400 room nights, and for the charity, it's a big fundraiser for Suncoast Charities for Children.
That's wonderful. And we have customers that come from all over the world. I have customers that plan their vacations around this event, come from Germany, come from Norway, come all over the place. So yeah, it's great.
A lot of changes over the years, and like we know last year you moved the event to Lakewood Ranch, and this year it's coming back downtown. Tell us about bringing it back down here.
Well, we're excited. You know, in reality, we have outgrown downtown. The event has gotten so big. We were very grateful to Lakewood Ranch last year. We were able to take a big growth step. That property sold to Manatee County. So when the Grand Prix Festival was over this summer, I immediately went over to see Rory at the fairgrounds, and I said, Rory, we've got all this. I can't downsize after we've upsized. Right. So we're very grateful the fairgrounds gave us the facility for 2 days. So Thursday night's a kickoff party. Michael's on East Ballroom. Friday night we'll be downtown, Bikes on Main, free admission. We got a great night bike show, live music, and then all day Saturday 10 to 10 and 10 to 6 on Sunday at the fairgrounds. The festival's theme this year is where rock meets country.
Oh, nice.
So you're going to hear some classic rock, you're going to hear some country music. We've got Vegas McGraw, our headliner for Saturday, a Tim McGraw tribute.
How
and we've got great bands.
You mentioned Suncoast Charities for Children. Let's go back. I think when people go to the event, they don't always realize that this is a huge fundraiser. Tell us about Suncoast Charities for Children.
Well, it is. Between both festivals, the Grand Prix and Thunder by the Bay, those are our main fundraising arms. And over the years, Suncoast Charities for Children has been able to construct $20 million of facilities that 5 nonprofits are in rent-free in the area. Our mission is to provide programs and services to special needs children, teens, and adults. So the agencies that benefit from this include Sarasota County Special Olympics. We built that entire facility in Venice. the Florida Center, Children First, Loveland, and the Haven in Sarasota.
Oh,
so
wow.
roughly
Great causes.
8,000 clients served a year, and Suncoast Charities is a funder towards that, and the Suncoast Foundation.
Giving right back to the
Yeah.
Suncoast. I know you also, over the years, you honor veterans and first responders and active duty military. Tell us what's happening this year.
That's happened every year where we want to honor our veterans and active duty military. This year, we went to some of our presenting and major sponsors and said, would you identify a veteran that works within your company or business that we could give an Eagle Award on stage to for their service? So we're going to be doing that between every musical act that'll be on stage Saturday and Sunday, honoring our veterans.
Oh, wonderful. So, Laura, you've been with the event from the beginning, and you brought us, you let us get suited up in a little bit of the leather.
Absolutely. Well, what
So
people don't,
comfy.
Harley Davidson, motorcycle, it's a lifestyle. It's something that you experience. And just by putting on some of the gear, you start to experience that. You don't have to have a motorcycle to enjoy it. You know, we have all kinds of, we've got the functional gear, we have fashion. I mean, look at the lamb skin on that.
It's
I mean,
so soft.
You know,
Yes,
and
it's
the combination
amazing.
denim and leather. So, you
Very
know,
much me,
yeah.
My moxie is up.
I like
Well,
it.
you didn't just bring some clothes for
No.
us. One of us also got the chance to kind of experience what it's like out on the open road on a bike.
Riding a
Let's take
motorcycle.
a look.
Well, the Jump Start allows you to simulate riding a motorcycle without actually being in danger of falling over or wrecking into somebody else. So it's a kind of a fun experience for somebody that's never ridden a motorcycle before. I think you made it to like 70.
70 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's third gear, 70 miles an hour is pretty strong.
Oh, I could feel the wind in my hair, the freedom of the open road.
It'll be out at the fairgrounds all weekend, so everybody can come out and enjoy it. We can also teach you at the class. Both dealerships have the Riding Academy class. We can teach you to learn to ride and obviously increase your experience level after the Jump Start.
Wow, that was so great. This is such a wonderful idea.
Linda, you're a natural.
I never thought I'd be going 70 miles an hour on a Harley.
You were born to ride.
Isn't that wonderful? And it's going to be out at the fairgrounds both Saturday and
people
Sunday.
can try it out.
Anybody can come try it out.
So
Come to our
much to
tent.
do. You're going to want to check out the calendar of events for this entire festival because there's so much to do for the whole family, all for a great cause. It is going on this weekend, kicks off February 15th and goes through the 18th. Check out the website thunderbythebay.org.
Keep up with the Suncoast. Watch your favorite ABC7 shows on your streaming device.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
ABC7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. A busy intersection in Sarasota is going to get much busier. The new construction project is already causing concerns for drivers. And some changes may be in store for a popular Sarasota pet store due to a countywide puppy mill ordinance. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Bob Harrigan.
Stage is being set up right here, Jacqueline, downtown Sarasota for Thunder by the Bay 2018. We'll have some live music here beginning at 7 o'clock, and people are ready for a big block party here. It's all weekend long for Thunder by the Bay. And no thunder in our skies tonight, just perfect weather. Only downside, maybe some fog forming late. Right now we have mostly sunny skies, and temperatures are into the mid-70s near the coast, still into the low 80s well inland. We'll have much more in our forecast coming up at 5.
ABC7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.
My life motto is keep moving. And as hard as it was when my husband passed away, I knew I had to keep doing what I love. Oops, coming. But I needed help with my insurance, and that's what the NAIC provides. They have resources to help you and your family make the best decision, and they'll help you to keep moving forward, just like me.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips, and some of the best are music to your ears, like the Alabama Music Hall of Fame. Or head over to Muscle Shoals and Fame Studios. Are you a star yet?
My mama thinks so.
Or, if that's your stomach I hear grumbling, our barbecue is almost a religious experience. Food good here? Best in the country. Alabama's got 100 road trips.
Which one you gonna take?
Here's today's job of the day. ABC7 is seeking a digital content manager to join our newsroom leadership team. CMS experience required. Visit mysuncoast.com/job-of-the-day to apply.
We love giving Suncoast animals a good forever home, but it is always good to remember that there are more than just cats and dogs out there looking for love. Marcia Panucci brought a few unique rescue animals today from Bishop Animal Shelter, and I am in love with your bunny.
Oh, isn't he?
Is this where the word cuddle bunny comes from?
Oh, yes.
Tell us about that guy.
I'm kind of rocking him here, and he's beginning to go to sleep. This is Cadbury.
Cadbury.
Yes, Cadbury is about 4 years old, and he is the most adorable bunny that you would ever want to have. And you know, Easter's coming up.
Yes.
And unfortunately, a lot of people go and they run out and they buy bunny rabbits and chicks and all of this type of thing.
Not a good idea.
And not a good idea. They buy them on Good Friday. They enjoy Easter Sunday, and the next week these little guys are back into a shelter.
Oh.
So you need to think about if you're going to have a wonderful little bunny like this. Now, they're as sweet as can be. They don't always get along with dogs and cats. They can. I'm not going to say that they're natural enemies, but you know, dogs love to chase just about everything.
That runs.
Anything that moves. And so you have to be very, very careful. But a little guy like this, Cadbury, he loves to be outside of his cage. And
he loves to be held.
Oh, he loves to be held.
That's
I mean,
amazing.
if you want a cuddler, this is the guy for you. Isn't he gorgeous?
Look at that.
Look at that. He's just nestled in here, and if you rock him like I've been rocking him, you're going to start to see those eyes.
Oh,
you see it? You see it? He's getting very, very relaxed. So he knows that he's safe and he's loved, and nothing is going to happen to him.
Now, what do we need to know about bunny care? Can they? I know they need a hutch or a cage of some sort. Too hot here, even out on a lanai? Do they need to be an indoor pet?
You know, Stephanie, that's a great question, but that goes for any animal.
Yes.
You know, we live here in Florida. Our temperatures right now are soaring into the 80s. And you have to be so careful. You put him in a cage out on a lanai that's covered and there's a little cool breeze, he's going to be happy. But you put him in the sunlight, forget it. I mean, and this goes for any of our pets. We have to be so very careful. And you know, everybody says, well, it's the heat, it's the heat. The heat on the pavement.
Oh, yes.
The heat starts coming up through the paws, and then that's what overheats them. And so
and
we
they don't
see that.
they don't get acclimated to that when they're babies. Most rabbits that live outside would know when they're babies, but these guys, they're born and live in our homes.
Yes, they have been raised in captivity, and you know, we hear this so many times where people will say, well, why do you keep an animal like this? Simply because they have been raised in captivity.
Right.
If you let them go out,
they won't make it.
They will not make it.
They won't make it. So, and you brought some other animals besides just a rabbit.
I just can't wait to introduce them to Linda.
A little surprise
knows
for
nothing.
Linda.
I do not.
So why don't you bring Check and Chuck?
Oh boy.
Check and Chuck.
Check and Chuck. And these are
rats.
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 I do snakes really well. I've never tried this before.
Is this Check or Chuck I'm getting?
Well, it doesn't matter. Just cuddle.
How do rats bite?
No, as a matter of fact,
Hi,
rats
baby.
are
We're friends.
Oh my God. What's it doing to you, Linda?
It's kind of in the wrong place.
He likes being under my shirt. We're happy here.
I'm doing well.
Check or Chuck, are you okay down there?
Don't smother him.
He's okay. Look.
There he is.
Okay, so how do rats end up in need of adoption and rescue?
First of all, there is a charisma to rats. People like to have them.
We're
These
working
are
on
not-
that.
Yes,
The tail is a little much.
This charisma yet.
These animals are not rodents per se when they are, again, bred in captivity.
The tail
These
is
were
creepy.
not captured in some alley somewhere and then brought to bishops. These have been well cared for, well fed, well loved, and there's a very interesting fact about rats. They don't like to be singular animals.
Oh, they need friends.
They need friends, they need a pack, and they need to be socialized. So I guess you might say, the more the merrier.
You know, I got to tell you,
one rat.
both Linda and I have talked about hamsters and how they're very difficult to deal with. Ours bit. It was not fun at all. Whereas these guys are so docile, has not even thought about nipping or anything. He obviously was just happy to hang out here.
And
No,
you
yours
make
is full
sure
of
that
love.
they have a great home, because we would not want these to end up in a scientific
trap.
lab
No,
somewhere.
and I've heard they're also very clean animals,
Very.
which I cannot say
Nobody's
about the
cleaner
hamster.
than my Cadbury.
Yes, no, that is a gorgeous bunny. All right, there are more than just dogs and cats out there looking for adoption. But this weekend, Bishop Animal Shelters is running a $14 special on adult cats and dogs, if that is something you are considering. But there's rats and rabbits out there looking for love as well, and that special ends on February 17th. All right, we did it, Linda. For more information, go to the bishopspca.org animal shelter. And coming up next, we're going to tell you where to celebrate the sea this weekend. Look at that beautiful bunny.
This guy likes
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
Our nation's servicemen and women show great courage and leadership both on and off the battlefield. When they transition to civilian life, they can apply the skills and values they learned in the military to the workplace. That's why the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes is urging employers everywhere to be smart, bet on a vet. Hiring a veteran is also a great way to show your appreciation for them. To learn more, call 1-888-44-SALUTE.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
It is another busy Suncoast weekend and something that's been going on for many, many years. It is the 36th annual Cortez Fishing Festival, and that is, of course, out on historic Cortez. 25,000 people expected. It's a two-day festival with food, music, exhibits. Linda, you mentioned you've been out there many times.
Many times. And you know, this little fishing village was settled in 1883, and it's an active fishing village. They go out fishing every day. There are fisheries there. You get to eat the food that just came off the boats. There are rides for the kids, things for the kids to do, and they tell you about what it was like in the village in the early days and what it's like today. They are still fishing for a living.
Absolutely. We go a lot during non-festival weekends and just spend time out there to eat the catches and see the guys coming in. It's a great weekend to get to experience Cortez. They've also really made parking easy too with shuttles from GT Bray Park. So check it out this weekend. And also we're going to check out Blue Mangrove Grill with some fantastic salads.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert weather app now.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
This is an ABC7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. Many are mourning the loss of those killed in the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting. Now survivors are now calling for action from political leaders. In First Alert traffic, we're seeing traffic backed up on I-75, both north and southbound in Sarasota, right near the Bee Ridge Road exit. Now let's get a check on our weather with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan, live in downtown Sarasota. Bob?
That's right, Thunder by the Bay taking place, already started, going to go on through this weekend. We'll have the details on that. I'm on the stage here right behind the Gator Club where they're going to be playing some great music. We have Twinkle at first, beginning at 7 o'clock, and then after that, followed by Billy Rice, the Billy Rice Band, some very popular musicians here along the Suncoast, and it looks as though things are going to cooperate as far as our weather goes. Currently it's 75. We have sunshine, and the dew point is 66. We may see some big sea fog rolling in late tonight. Details on that at 5.
Get breaking news alerts focused on the Suncoast. Download the ABC7 News app.
What if you had a medical emergency away from home?
My chest hurts. I can't breathe.
What you need is Mobile Help, America's premier mobile medical alert system. Most systems only work at home, but with Mobile Help, you get help outside the home with coverage nationwide on one of the largest cellular networks at the press of a button. Call the number on your screen for a free full-color brochure. We'll send you everything you need, including this base station, the patented mobile device, and the waterproof pendant and wrist button. You can also add the fall button that automatically detects falls and signals help. Call today and receive a risk-free 30-day trial. There is no equipment to buy and no long-term contract. For a limited time, you will also receive a free emergency key box with your plan purchase. Remember, Mobile Help keeps you safe coast to coast.
Call 1-800-916-8638. That's 1-800-916-8638.
Thousands of award-winning Honda SUVs are on sale from $189 a month during the Honda President's Day sales event. You've got to see these SUVs. Get a surprisingly spacious 2018 HR-V, $189 a month, or step up to Pilot for $289 a month with available seating for 8. Plus, we have Motor Trend's SUV of the Year, the 2018 CR-V, and Ridgeline, a Car and Driver's 10 Best. All on sale for up to $38.05, less than the competition at your local Honda dealer.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon? You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Coming up Monday at 4 on Suncoast View, it is the shopping trip many of us would like to avoid. Going to the grocery is just part of life, but the bag lady has ways to make it more fun and also more frugal. Then we'll take a tour of Italy without ever leaving the Suncoast with Italian culinary tours. Plus, Circus Sarasota brings an amazing hand balancing act, and pastry chef Lindsay from the Ritz-Carlton joins us in the kitchen.
Welcome back, and we're here with Faz from the Blue Mangrove Grill. I got my whisk. I'm ready to go.
Okay. That's a little more scary, Linda.
What we're going to do today, we're just going to, since spring is coming, summer's coming, so we're going to do a very light Caesar salad dressing with lightly blackened chicken. And what I like to do is I like to take my blackened seasoning, mix it with olive oil, and just keep it in a jar. Because I find it a lot easier to coat the chicken with it.
So rather than a dry rub, it becomes an oil rub.
It turns into like a paste, as you can see. And what I do is I just rub a little bit all over it. And you really don't want to do too much because the Caesar salad has so much flavor from the dressing, so you don't want to overdo the blackening on the chicken.
So could we do that with any blackening seasoning?
Oh,
just
absolutely.
Mix it with some oil?
Magic seasoning is really one of the best ones that's out there. And
Magic,
then you just,
okay.
Right, and then what you do is just take your chicken and you
put that side down.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's a great tip.
So far we could do this.
Yes, this is very easy. And then you just a little bit more on top, not a whole lot, and obviously you don't need any olive oil or anything in the pan because there is already oil
I was
from
going
the
to say,
seasoning.
you didn't coat the pan with anything.
No, not at all. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make our Caesar dressing.
Okay.
And so this is going to be very, very light, and this is, sometimes it might get a little scary when you talk about this. This is anchovy paste. It is not as pungent as the actual anchovy. A lot of people kind of blend the anchovy. So what we're going to do, you can buy this at any grocery store, by the way, and it's under $3 a tube.
Oh, okay.
So what we're going to do is we're just going to give you about a tablespoon and a half of it, as you can see. Okay?
Okay.
And now what we're going to do is add the ingredients that we have. We have some olive oil. If you don't mind, if you could just...
This?
No, ma'am, the
in the bottle.
Yep. If you can just give us some olive oil in here.
How much?
About 3 tablespoons.
1, 2, 3.
Perfect. And lemon juice, if you don't mind.
This is lemon juice. I thought it was olive oil. All of it?
No, same thing. 1, 2, 3.
2.
Perfect.
3.
Natural. And then we have some grated Parmesan cheese that we're going to put in here.
All?
Yes, please. And then the big trick with this is the Worcestershire. You put about a tablespoon of Worcestershire, which is right in front of you there.
Is this the whole thing?
A tablespoon, please.
Oh,
well, you're doing great. Perfect.
Close.
And then we have some chopped garlic, and that's just going to go in there. Yes, please. The whole thing. And then we can salt and pepper to taste. I usually don't like to salt and pepper too much at the beginning because anchovy paste is salty, and Parmesan cheese is also salty. So you want to wait really towards the end. And if you don't mind, if you could whisk that for us.
Oh, but we didn't get. Oh, wait a minute.
No, that's just for the topping at the end. So while she's whisking that, what we have over there is our baby romaine.
Yeah, it's so cute.
They are, and the way they grow these, you grow them for about 30 to 60 days, and then what they do with a sharp knife, they cut the lettuce from the bottom, and that root regrows another one.
So you get 2 for 1 on that.
Exactly.
That's great. Now, are those pretty easy to find in the
Very
markets?
Good.
The baby?
They're not. You can find them in specialty stores. You know, Whole Foods or places like that will have them. And the baby romaine, what we're going to do is we're actually going to just slice it in half.
Like down here?
Yes.
Okay.
So I like to leave it whole like that because the dressing sometimes tends to make the lettuce soggy if you chop it up. So if we leave it whole like that, then what we'll do is we'll just plate it like this. We put these two over here.
It looks very nice.
And then, if you don't mind, I'll trouble you for the croutons and the Parmesan
cheese. Croutons, okay. Here we go, croutons. Parmesan.
We'll put some croutons around this, just a little bit. And this is grated Parmesan. We put a little bit of that on top. And then the dressing.
It looks great. And you could top this with any kind of protein.
Oh, absolutely. I decided to do chicken, but you can do shrimp whatever you like. Salmon.
You could do salmon, couldn't you?
Sure,
yeah,
anything
salmon
you like.
would be great.
And this is your dressing. And again, what's good about this dressing, it absolutely does not have any cream in it.
Right.
And it's full of flavor. As you can see, you can smell it.
But it still has a nice texture. It doesn't have that, that liquidy thing that a vinaigrette usually would.
Oh, absolutely. And what's good about this is, again, you're saving a whole lot of calories by eating a salad like this.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, and then these are some of the salads.
Let's talk about some of the other salads. I got to tell you, the tuna on this looks absolutely amazing.
That's a seared ahi tuna, and it's sliced, and it goes on top of that salad. It's got a sesame vinaigrette dressing.
Wonderful.
Phenomenal.
It
Very,
looks
very
great.
good. And that's our Caesar salad that we prepared today.
And then I see a crab salad. Is that a crab Louis?
That is a crab Louis, and those are baby iceberg. Same thing as that. So it's a big. I really enjoy iceberg or romaine not to be chopped so much because again they get very soft quickly. So we leave them whole, and that's our own dressing that we make for the crab Louis.
Oh, wonderful. And then, of course, if you're feeling like red meat, a steak salad.
Steak salad, marinated tenderloin tips, and we have a portobello mushroom on top, and that's got a raspberry vinaigrette dressing and field greens on the bottom.
All right, well, the warm weather is here, and that means Faz's Patio at Blue Mangrove Grill is a great place to enjoy some light summer salads, lunch, dinner, happy hour, a great place to hang out. So thanks for the tips on making the dressing.
My pleasure, of course.
We will definitely use that, and you'll be able to find that, of course, on our website if you would like to make that Caesar dressing at home. Great to have you with us, Marcia. Thank you so much.
I enjoyed it tremendously. Can't wait to get to the salad.
Absolutely.
No problem.
Well, you guys did great, by the way, with that. I'll give you a lot of credit.
Yeah, better
that
us
was
than you,
very, very good.
All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. It's another great Suncoast weekend on the way. Take some time and enjoy the Suncoast view.